Okay, we're just going over this review. We said that this thing is a median, so that means that it goes to a midpoint. So if AL is 2, then AM is 2. So nice, easy answer there. The next one, again, this whole section is median. So I'm looking for, again, if these are equal, if this is 3.5, then this is 3.5. Got it. So that's my answer. That's what they're looking for, XQ. Okay, up next. All right, now medians. Remember, when you have 2 or 3 medians drawn, then you have that centroid. And then you have all that business where, let's see, HI, that's the big part, right? So that's the big section. And they're telling me that that is 3. I want to find the little section, IK. Guys, how do you get the little section if you have the big section? What do? What is that work though? What am I doing? Can anybody tell me? How do I get the big piece? If I have the big piece, how do I get the little piece?
Try to get the little piece to get the big piece.
Yes.
Divide it by 2.
Yes. So 3 divided by 2, that's how I get 1.5 for this one. That's how those work inside there with the medians. Okay. Same thing, find IY if IT is 10.8. So be careful. They gave me IT. That's the whole thing is 10.8. What are you supposed to do when you have the whole thing? Divide by 3. So I'm going to come to my calculator. I'm going to do 10.8 divided by 3. And that's 3.6. Now you're going to get this wrong if you answer 3.6. Why? Because 3.6 is the little piece. When you divide by 3, that gets you the little piece. 7.2, right. So to get the bigger piece, I got to double it. So 7.2 is my final answer because they're looking for IY, not YT. So be careful. They give you the length of the whole thing, divide by 3, get you the little, double it to get the big. Okay. VF is FE. Okay, FE is 7.2. And they want VF. So they gave me the little, I just need the big. So I'm just going to double it. 7.2, if I double it, 14.4. Find SV if SL is 4.2. Okay, this time they give you the big. So you got to find the little by cutting it in half, but that's not your answer. Because what are they looking for? SV. So you got to find the length of this whole thing. Well, here I'm just going to add 4.2 and 2.1. That's how I get my final answer of 6.3. 4.2 plus 2.1 gets me 6.3. Got it. All right, now these are just identifying the line that we have. So I'm really, really hopeful that everybody knows how to do this. So let me just recap. Median has to go vertex to midpoint. This doesn't do that, so that's out. The next one we learned was altitude. Altitude has to go from vertex perpendicular, right? That's the one that drops perpendicular. You have to have that 90-degree angle mark. I have a 90-degree angle mark, but it didn't start at a vertex, did it? No, so altitude is out. Then we had perpendicular bisector. This one has to be perpendicular and bisect the same side. Bisect, remember, just means cut into 2 equal parts. So you need those 2 little tick marks on the side of the triangle. So if you don't have that, and I don't have that here, right? I've got the perpendicular part, but I don't have this bisect part. It would have to have, let me show you, it would have to have these little tick marks. And it doesn't have that. So yeah, I can't say perpendicular bisector for this one either. And then we did learn a 4th one, which was angle bisector. And that is gonna cut an angle in half. So it doesn't do that. That's gotta come out of one of the angles of a triangle and it cuts it into 2 equal angles. I don't have that. So in this case, for this answer, I'd pick none, right? So I guess I'll say or none. So yeah, this would have been none. I'm sure the answers are down below, but I can't see them the way this is zoomed. That's fine. So this is none. This, however, see the difference? Look at this one. That was number 7 and there's number 8. They added little tick marks. So what is this thing now that you have them? Jay? Yes, it's a perpendicular bisector. I've got the 90-degree angle and I've got the tick marks. Perpendicular bisector. That's the one I want. If you want to take a screenshot of this picture with all these things on it, you can. They're all in your notes, but if you want a one-stop shop here, feel free. So this thing, look what I'm doing. Looks like I'm going from a vertex and I have gone perpendicular to the other side. So what is this? Who goes from a vertex perpendicular?
Altitude?
Yes, this is an altitude. Okay, altitudes need that 90-degree angle mark and I got it. What is this one?
None.
This is none. Is that what you're gonna say? Yeah. Sorry, yeah. This is none. I know there's tick marks, but it's not where it needs to be. The tick marks would need to be down here, and they're not. So this is nothing. I can't do anything with that. Okay. Ooh. What's this?
None.
What'd you say?
None.
Yeah, it's also none. It's even worse.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing going on here. I don't know what's happening. Oh, but now, is this something?
That is, it is per bisector. No, sorry.
These are the two. Altitude needs the little mark and perpendicular bisector needs the little mark. I don't know if that helps. I heard it. Median. Going from a vertex, right, to a midpoint. And I know it's a midpoint because I have those little tick marks. So yeah. Yep.
Is median the only one that doesn't need the right angle?
Angle bisector doesn't need it either.
Okay.
Yeah, but altitude and perpendicular bisector both have to have a 90-degree angle mark to even be considered. All right. Okay, now we're done with that. So I hope you got that if you wanted it. These now are all angle bisectors. So now you're in the angle bisector section of this. So the only thing to remember here is that these two angles are always going to be equal to each other. They will always add together to be the whole big angle if you have a problem like that. But in this one, if 1 is 15, then 2 is just 15. And this is one that I think is actually wrong on the, and maybe I did answer it wrong. I don't know, I'll have to double check. The right answer should be 15 for angle 2. I thought I had answered that and it came up wrong, but I'll double check. Okay, so be careful on ones like this. If 1 is 36, they're not asking for angle 2, so I'm not going to answer 36. They're asking for what the whole big angle is. What would it have to be if 1 is 36?
That means it's 72.
Yes, because 2 is also 36, but they weren't asking about 2. They're asking about the whole big thing. 72 is our right answer. Okay. 15, again, same thing. If 1 is 26, they're not looking for angle 2. They want the whole thing.
So that is 52.
You got it, 52. Again, same thing. If this is 11, then the whole thing is 22. Easy peasy. Until we get to, oh, fun algebra. All right, but we can totally do this. Angle 1 is 4x plus 2. Angle 2 is 3x plus 8. What am I supposed to do this time? What do I do with these two angles? Who can tell me what my equation is going to be?
You're gonna add them together. Well, equal them.
Yes, in this case, if they gave me both little angles, 1 and 2, I'm just going to set them equal to each other. 3x plus 8 just equals 4x plus 2. And now I just solve them. You are correct. Yeah, that one's not bad. So 6 was our answer. We're happy about that one. All right, now you run into some trickier scenarios because they gave us angle 2 is 5x plus 1. But then the whole big angle, that's going to be 9x plus 5. You cannot set these two equal to each other. If you do, you're going to get this answer wrong. But you're going to feel like you're right because that choice is there. If you set them equal to each other, right? Oh, you would have gotten -1, wouldn't you have? -5. Yeah, you would have gotten -1, but I bet you anything, you would have been like, well, not you specifically, I just meant kids in general. They get -1, but they see +1 as a choice. They're just like, oh, that must be it. No, how about you made a mistake and you got to figure out what the mistake is. You can't just turn negative numbers into positive numbers. There is a mistake because they're not equal to each other. What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to do 5x plus 1 and then add it to each other.
Yes. Yes, because angle 1 is also 5x plus 1. Oh gosh, I did that thing again where it shifts on my screen. Anyway, so that's how, once I know, okay, the two little ones are the same, I'm going to add them together so that equals the big. 10x. 1 and 1 is 2. And now you're just solving from here. So hopefully this was easy peasy. Good.
The answer is 3.
Yes. Make sure that you're answering the question that they wanted. They did just want you to find x, and x is 3. So I'm done. They can very easily ask you to find the measure of angle 1 or find the measure of angle ACB. You got to make sure you go back and check, but they really just wanted x, and x is 3. So we're happy. So here's another one. They give me 1 and 2. When they just give you 1 and 2, life's easy because you just set them equal to each other. X plus 7 equals 2x minus 3. And now I just get to solve nice and easy. I got 10.
Yeah.
So C is off the screen for me, but there's your answer, C.
You could technically do this without having to write it out.
If you can, that's good.
Because if you like look at it, it's like you see the x's, you do 2 minus 1. If it goes in this like area, you do 2 minus 1 equal x, and what's 7 plus 3? 10.
The only thing I caution you on is if you do something wrong, then we'll never know where you went wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, if I had to write it out on the paper, I'll do it like out on the paper, but I don't. I can do it in my head.
I think this is the last one. Oh, and it's another one that's nice and easy because they just gave you
9.
angles 1 and 2. So yeah, we'll just set 2x equal to 3x minus 9. Oh, by the way, I'm actually glad that this one came out because sometimes ones like this throw kids off all the time. If you're going to do this out, what might your first step be? How would you solve this equation? Michael, what would you do first? Okay, that's an option. You can subtract 3x from both sides. Now you have -x equals -9. So then how do you get your final answer? Yeah, you divide both sides by -1. So that's one way, and you get x equals 9, right? And I know some kids do this instead. They want to keep their x positive, and they do this. They minus 2x from both sides, which isn't wrong, but then they get stumped because they don't know where to go from here. Well, on the left-hand side, 2x minus 2x is 0. And then you get x minus 9. So don't get stumped, just do what it says. And now you can just add 9 to the other side. So if you finish, you can see either way, we get x is equal to 9. But you got to do it, right? So don't just get stumped and give up. Keep going. All right, so again, our answer is C, 9, and I think that's it. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Anything that I can answer for you? No? Okay, let me stop this video then. There we are. Stop recording.